Chapter 8.
I dodged, but too slowly. Huge talons closed around me, and suddenly my little feet were running in air.
Okay, Rachel. It's okay. It's just me. I have you.
The voice was in my head. I understood the words. It cut through the terror at last. I held on to that voice.
Relax, Rachel.
I looked down, and with my dim shrew eyesight, saw the shadows shooting past down below.
I have you, Rachel. Try to be calm. Think about something human. Think about school. Remember school?
School? Yes, I remembered school. Quite suddenly, the shrew mind lost the battle for control. It was like a switch had been flipped. I was in charge. I knew what I was. I knew who I was.
I'm okay, Tobias,
I said.
You can set me down.
He circled around and landed with perfect gentleness on the ground.
Did my talons hurt you?
No, I don't think so. I'm fine.
You okay, Rachel? Jake's voice.
Yes. Boy, that was totally different than the elephant brain. Or the eagle. They're both so calm and mellow compared to this mind.
It's like Jake's lizard, Cassie suggested. He had a panic reaction too. The other animals we morphed were all kind of big, dominant animals. Gorilla, tiger. My horse was skittish, though.
Look, let's just do this and get it over with, okay?
I said.
I'm not enjoying the shrew experience.
That was the understatement of all time. I could still smell death and hear the thousands of feasting maggots. And to me, those things still meant dinner. I was horribly hungry. "Are you sure you're going to be able to maintain down there?" Marco asked. I saw him peering down at me from a million miles up. "You still look a little nervous. Your tail is twitching and your little nose is sniffing like crazy."
Yeah, I know. I'm still nervous. Let's just do this. You'll have to take me back to the tree where Fluffer is. I don't know what direction it is.
Before I could object, Marco reached down and scooped me into his hands. He held me up and looked into my eyes. "I've never seen you look lovelier, Rachel. Very cover girl." We walked down the block. Marco set me down at the bottom of the tree where Fluffer was still hiding out on a high branch.
You guys had better back off a little,
I said. "Not too far," Jake said. "We have to be able to get between you and Fluffer fast."
Oh, I can kick Fluffer's butt,
I said, joking. I guess I felt a little embarrassed about having let the shrew take control of me. "Uh-huh," Marco said dryly. "Cat versus mouse. Who would you bet on?" "Haven't you ever seen Itchy and Scratchy?" Cassie asked. "Mouse, definitely. Besides, she's not a mouse. Let me tell you something. It is no fun sitting around in a shrew's tiny body, waiting to see whether a huge cat is going to decide to climb down and kill you. It is one of the least fun things I've ever done." I had the shrew brain under control, but that didn't change the fact that the shrew was about as scared as a shrew can be. Between being snatched up by a hawk and now waiting to see if the shrew's other deadly enemy was going to attack, the shrew was definitely in a state of panic. She was not a happy shrew. I was so preoccupied thinking about the shrew's hunger that I missed what happened next. I didn't even notice until I heard the sound of scraping tree bark just an inch over my head. Fluffer was dropping through the air right on top of me. I froze. Jake and Marco did not freeze. Marco grabbed Fluffer in mid-pounce. Fluffer rewarded him with a nasty slash of his claws. Marco yelled and almost dropped the cat. Jake grabbed Fluffer by the nape of the neck, and Cassie ran up with the animal carrier. The three of them managed to stuff the squalling, hissing, slashing Fluffer into the carrier and closed the door. I was already morphing out of the shrew body as fast as I could. "I'm bleeding!" Marco cried. "We're all bleeding," Cassie said matter-of-factly. "I told you guys, kitties can be nasty when you get on their nerves." I was shooting up from the ground, regaining my normal body. Ugh. I am never doing that morph again, I said as soon as I had a normal tongue and lips. I looked over my shoulder to make sure I didn't still have that creepy tail. Nothing. I was me again. I was in my morphing outfit and with no shoes on, but I was human again. I shuddered. The memory of the shrew's brain and its fear and hunger made my flesh creep. I was fighting a powerful urge to throw up. I felt sick in a way that is mostly in your head. Jake looked at me and shook his head. I should have done it. I should have used my lizard morph to lure the cat down from the tree. I shook my head. No, that freaked you out. And now you're the one who's freaked out, Jake said. But don't worry, you'll get over it. Mostly. At least you didn't eat a spider. Yeah. Look, I'm just tired, okay? Let me acquire this pain-in-the-butt cat and get on with this. Are you still up for it? Cassie asked. Acquiring 2 new morphs in one night? I shouldn't have let you do the mouse. Shrew, whatever, Jake said. He was still looking guilty. Look, it was my idea, right? Besides, since when do you let me do things? What are you, my master? I don't think so. Come on. I squared my shoulders and put on a brave smile. Let me see how Fluffer likes me, now that I'm bigger than he is. I guess Fluffer was tired of causing trouble. He was actually asleep in the cat carrier, sleeping like nothing at all was going on. A typical cat. He even purred as I acquired him. When I was done, I noticed Cassie smiling at me. What? I asked her. I was just thinking how you look like the same old Rachel, but now you also have an elephant, a shrew, an eagle, and a cat inside you. That's 4 morphs. That's more than any of us. She looked thoughtful. We don't really know very much about this morphing thing still. I wonder if there is a limit to how many morphs you can do. I guess we'll find out, Marco said darkly. Probably at the worst possible time. I wondered if they were right. It was definitely a strange, powerful feeling, knowing that I could become 4 very different animals. Strange and powerful and disturbing. Inside of me, I had animals that ate each other. It wasn't a good image. Suddenly, I felt exhausted. Look, guys, I've acquired Fluffer now, but maybe we should do the rest of this tomorrow night. I don't know if I'm at my best right now. Another night, Jake agreed. He looked relieved. I think he was worried about me. That's the way Jake is. I guess we can let Fluffer go now, Cassie said. She opened the carrier and the cat climbed out cautiously. I watched him run off into the night. Probably going off to kill your shrew, Marco speculated. The idea made me shudder all over again.